Yeah, this is the current slide. CP and CPK. So in last session we covered theoretical session. Okay, theoretical part means definition of SPC, process capability, what is the meaning of statistical concept, and difference between special causes, common causes, etc. Okay. Now today lecture is very important. CP and CPK. Just like in MSA, we calculated long calculation, okay, mathematical calculation. That calculation also statistical calculation. Why it is statistical? Because at finally we got final value of gauge R and R and NDC. On the basis of gauge R and R value and NDC value, we conclude a measurement variation is acceptable or not. Okay. Same here in SPC, we calculate mathematical concept on the sampling basis, and finally we will get CP and CPK value. On that base, we will finalize our process statistically control or not. Okay. So CP and CPK are the process capability measurement factor which shows the control of process variation and deviation of process mean. My voice is clear, both of you?
Yes, clear, sir.
Okay. So CP and CPK, CP and CPK both are measurement factor or process capability factor. Okay, on that base you can judge your process capable, or you can say statistically control or not. Now start difference between first CP and CPK. CP is process capability. Process capability means your process produce the output as per the specific limit. The specific limit are the limit that given by the customer in drawing. Okay, the tolerance given by customer in drawing in form of plus minus. So lower specific limit and upper specific limit are the customer provided specific limit. Okay, so process capability means your process output is meeting the specification of the customer or design specification, then your process is capable. So CP is indicate process output, LSL to USL. This LSL to USL is known as process capability, and it is known as 6 sigma, 6S. Okay, as for sigma. Understood? If your process is performing in between lower specific limit to upper specific limit, then your process is capable. Okay, CP is indicate process capability only. CPK is process capability capability index. What is the meaning of index? Here K is the index. K represent the process mean. Understood? Process mean, if your process is deviate from the actual center, okay, deviate from the mean, then this deviation indicated by the CPK. Understood? Next, second difference, CP is tells about process is performed under design specific limit or not. CPK tells about process center. Process is performing at center. It is clear through the CPK value. If a process is not at center but still it is in specific limit, this it will indicate by the CP value. Okay, when we calculate CP value, then you can easily assess your process is out of center but still it is in specific limit. Okay, because CP value is positive. Okay, positive means greater than or equal to 0, whatever it value whatever may be, but greater than or equal to 0, it means CP positive. What is the indication of this CP positive? it means process is still perform under the specific limit, it not exceed. Okay, not exceed the specific limit. So this is indicated by the CP. CPK about process center. If your CPK, the CPK standard value, I will the standard value will be covered in next slide. If CPK value less than the standard value, okay, it means your process is deviated from the center. CPK doesn't matter your process is perform a specific limit or not. If your process not performing exactly on the center, if it is deviate either upper side or lower side, this deviation indicate by the CPK value. If your process deviation from the center, then immediately CPK value will be decreasing. Suppose negative value of CPK or CP also. This negative value indicate process is out of control, exceeding the specific limit. Third point is CP cannot clear the deviation of process mean exactly either upper side or lower side. Okay. Recently I said you CP only said, yeah, CP value only indicate process is performed under a specific limit or not. If your process deviate from the center, just in this figure, like in this figure, process is deviate towards upper specific limit. Okay, this figure clearly indicate process is deviate from the center towards the upper specific limit. But here CP value will be positive because still this process under specific limit not exceed the specific limit. But in case of CPK, CPK tells about deviation of process mean either upper side or lower side. Okay, this deviation, suppose your process is deviate, there is two condition. One is either upper side it will deviate, either lower side it will shift. Shift or deviation both are same. Okay, this deviation you looking by this figure. So which value will be indicate your process approaching towards USL or LSL? CPK value. When we calculate CPK value, CPK will finally tell you your process is deviate either upper side or lower side. But by calculating your CP value, it will not indicate your process is deviate either lower side or upper side. CP value is positive greater than equal to 0. It means process under a specific limit but doesn't clear your process either upper side deviate or lower side. This clarification given by only CPK. Next point, uh, point number 4. Go back. CP does not confirm the complete control on special causes of variation. As per this figure, this process is deviate from the center but approaching towards upper specific limit. So what is the reason this deviation? Process is deviate only on due to special causes. Last lecture we covered. Okay. So if your process is deviate, this reason in the reason of the deviation is special causes, but CP value does not clear the special causes because CP value not clarify your deviation either upper side or lower side. CPK tells about control and special causes of variation. If your process under control limit, you can say on the center, near about exactly center, it means process is statistically controlled. There is no special causes. Yes, next. Next, CP value does not change as process center change. Okay, you understood this point? CP value doesn't change if your process the process center is deviate from the actual mean. Here in this figure, process is deviate from the center, but CP value does not change. CP value is still positive. Cp is equal to Cpk when process exactly perform at center. This is the actual performance of the center. If your there are only condition, if anyone ask you when will be the Cp and Cpk will be equal, so you reply when Cp and Cpk will be equal, our process must be performed at center. Okay, Cp Cpk whatever it is, maybe 2 and greater than 0, or greater than 1.33, whatever. Okay, but Cp and Cpk value having equal value, it means process perform under the center, as per the center. Cpk greater than 1 indicate process approaching towards center. Okay, Cpk value greater than 1, it indicating process is starting to shift towards the center. Okay, greater than 1 maybe 1.33, 1.48, 1.9234, whatever. Greater than 1, this is the general condition. If anyone asks you Cpk value 1.48, what do you mean by this? So Cpk value greater than 1 indicating your process approaching to center, towards the center. Okay, in this figure there are two types of control limits. One is specific limit and second one is control limit. These specific limit USL, LSL given by the supplier, given by the customer in drawing, but upper control limit and lower control limit were calculated by the supplier on the actual performance of the process. How you calculate? During SPC. When we calculating the SPC, you must calculate the upper control limit and lower control limit. So these UCL as LCL, these two control limit indicate by the CPK value. Okay, if your CPK value, your process is performed under USL LCL, it means your CPK value will be always positive or greater than 1. Okay, understood? Your UCL also always should be always greater less than USL. That is the condition to approach the center, and your LCL always greater than to the LSL. Understood now this condition? Suppose your LSL is 8 point, here is example also, diameter specification 8.5 plus minus 0.02 mm. So what is the USL? 8.52 according to this specification. What is the LSL? 8.48. When you calculating the upper control limit, then UCL less than 8.52 towards the center. So what will be the expected value of the UCL? 8.51, 8.509, 8.517 etc. Always less than USL. Then you calculating LCL. LCL more than, always more than 8.48 means always more than LSL. So what is the expected value of the LCL? 8.490, 8.48, 8.488, whatever. But always less than, always more than LSL. So this condition will indicate your process approaching toward the center. Yeah. Next slide. CPK less than 1. What is the indication of less than 1? This is the general condition. Indicate process is deviate from center either UCL or LCL. CPK value is less than 1. Less than 1 may be 0.8, 0.9, 0, -1, -2, because this is a general condition. So the general indication by this value, you can reply him if anyone asks you CPK less than 1, what is the meaning this? Sir, our process is starting deviate from the center, either UCL or LCL. Okay. If he directly ask CPK is equal to 1.9, but minus 1.9. So minus means it is less than 0. So process is completely shifted from the center and exceed the upper control limit, either lower control limit. It means totally out of control. CPK is always more than or equal to CP. Yeah, CPK is always more than or equal to CP. This condition is true or false? Which, who can tell me? Maheshwar and Mahesh Kumar. This statement true or false? CPK is always more than or equal to CP. Yes, Maheshwaran, tell me. Mahesh Kumar, statement is okay or no? How it is okay?
CP is when CP
CPK,
is equal to
CP,
CPK, then your process is center.
this is the wrong statement. CP always less than CP, CPK always less than CP. According to this figure, CPK lies between LSL to USL. You have narrow variation, okay? Narrow variation, LSL to USL. It is near about the center. But USL perform LSL to USL. This having the wide process, okay? So there are the more margin for performing the process. LSL to USL, but LCL to UCL there is narrow margin to control the process performance. Okay, so CPK always less than CP. Why CP is more than CP is always more than CPK because CP perform lower specific limit to upper specific limit. This is the maximum variable marginal variation given by the customer. CPK is marginal variation is LCL to UCL. That's why CPK value always less than to CP, or you can say CP always more than CPK. Clear this point? Mahesh Kumar, point clear? Yes. What is the meaning of go back? What is meaning of CPK is equal to 0? It means process is performed at boundary of UCL or LCL but not yet cross the limit. CPK is 0 मतलब it means boundary. Okay, there is no marginal to perform the variation of the process. Here CPK means your process completely deviate from the center. But there is two condition here. General condition. Either it will shift to the UCL or either it will to the shift to the LCL as per this figure. Okay. So CPK value or CPK value is equal to 0 or you can say CP is equal to 0. Both meaning is same. Process is still under the control limit or you can say specific limit. If he ask you CPK is equal to 0, then you say him process is still under control limit but totally deviate from the center. Okay. If he ask you what is the meaning of CP is equal to 0, then you reply process is still specific limit because CP related to specific limit, but it is not exceed to the UCL or either LCL, but totally deviate from the center. Same answer. But LCL specific limit or control limit with different. CP related to specific limit, CPK related to control limit. Next point, CPK less than 1 indicate negative value means out of control, means your process exceed the USL or either LSL, or you can say in terms of CPK process is exceed out of control either USL or from LCL. Yes. Next. Now next point is standard deviation. What is standard deviation? Standard deviation is a statistical method to check how far a group of data point from mean. Okay. Standard deviation means you calculate the specific value, decision making value in terms of standard deviation. Okay. So standard deviation means how far your data means observations, how far your observations from the center value, the specific value that indicate distance or you can say deviation from observations from the actual value. This statistical value known as standard deviation. Okay, so standard deviation is calculated for two type. First one is ppk and second one is cpk. So when you calculating cpk and ppk, formula is same for cpk also and ppk. What is the difference in the cpk and ppk we will cover next class, but standard deviation formula is different. For standard deviation related to ppk, you just enter the equal to in excel. Okay, now type there stdev bracket start and select the entire sample observation where you cover 100 part observation or 50 part observation, entire observations you cover and bracket close and enter. Then you calculate the standard value. Standard deviation for cpk standard value is how you calculate the standard deviation. R bar divided by d2, r double bar divided by d2. So r bar means average range of variation, d2 is constant of defective unit, d2 is standard constant unit. You have to refer from the standard table, as just we refer the k1 k2 value from the standard table during MSA. So same d2 value you will refer from the standard table. So cpk, in terms of cpk standard deviation method is r bar divided by d2. This is the formula for cp. Cp is equal to usl minus lsl divided by 6 sigma. Okay, s is equal to sigma. So USL minus LSL divided by 6 sigma. Why we divide here by 6 sigma? Because the LSL to USL, the distance between LSL to USL is known as process width. Because customer provided maximum permissible variation LSL or USL in terms of tolerance in the drawing. So this process width is known as 6 sigma. That's why if you calculating CP, then USL minus LSL always divide by 6 sigma. And CPK lower and CPK upper, we have to calculate two value for CPK, CPK upper side and CPK lower limit side. When you calculate these two value, the minimum value of these will be the final value of CPK. Okay, so CPK lower formula is x double bar. X double bar means average of average, double average, process mean minus LSL. LSL means lower specific limit divided by 3 sigma, 3s, because it is divided from the center. 3s lower side, 3s upper side. CPK upper USL minus S x double bar. This is the formula for CPK upper divided by 3s. Okay. So when you calculate the value, the minimum value will be the final value of CPK. Standard deviation we covered here, R bar divided by D2. CPK standard value is greater than or equal to 1.33. If anyone asks you what is the minimum value of CPK, minimum standard value, so 1.33. Okay, minimum 1.33 and maximum whatever. CP always greater than CPK. This is the actual condition. Okay, CP always more than CPK. If CPK lower 1.33, it means process deviate towards lower control limit or vice versa. Suppose you calculated here CPK lower and CPK upper. Okay, then CPK lower and CPK upper you will calculate two value 1.19 CPK lower. Okay, and CPK upper you calculated 1.49. 1.19 and 1.49. So what is the which one is the minimum? CPK lower 1.19. So the minimum value of these, the CPK final value. So CPK final value is 1.19. Now you compare CPK 1.19 with the standard value 1.33. So CPK 1.19 is less than or more than 1.33? Maheswaran and Mahesh Kumar, CPK 1.19 is greater than or 1.33 or less than 1.33?
Less than.
Yes, less than 1.33. Okay, go back. So what is the meaning of this? CPK lower is 1.19, but this is the final value of CPK. This is CPK final value less than 1.33. It means your process is deviate from the center towards the lower control limit. Okay, towards the lower side. If your CPK lower will be the 1.39 and CPK upper is the 1.11, their final value of CPK is minimum value, CPK 1.11. Now you compare CPK 1.11 is less than or equal to 1.33. So CPK 11 is less than 1.33. So what value of CPK upper is 1.11. It means process is deviate from the center towards the upper side. So CPK clearly indicate where your process deviate from the center, either upper side or lower side, by calculating these two values. Clear this point?
Yes.
Okay. Here example. Next, go back. For example, if CPK lower 1.27, it is less than 1.33. Process deviate towards lower control limit. Okay. If CPK lower 1.27, CPK upper is whatever, but CPK upper in this case, CPK upper always more than 1.27 because we have selected minimum CPK value. So minimum CPK value is CPK lower 1.27. This value is less than 1.33. So it indicate your process deviate from the center towards lower control limit. This is the formula for calculating control limit. Specific limit given by the customer in drawing, but control limit calculated by the supplier on the actual performance of process by this formula. UCL is equal to X double bar plus A2 R bar. A2 is the constant of defective unit reference from the standard table. R bar is the average of range. Lower control limit minus only X double bar minus A2 R bar. Now you calculate control limit for R bar chart. There are two control limit we have to calculate for X double bar and in difference of range chart. Upper control limit for range chart D4 R bar. D4 also constant of defective unit, refer to the standard table. LCL D3 R bar. D3 also constant of defective unit, standard value. Okay. So range chart indicate what is the maximum variation range in your process. Okay. For determine the maximum variation range in the process through SPC, we calculate control limit for R bar chart. Here LCL D3 always lower control limit in a range chart, always LCL will be 0. Okay. If anyone asks you LCL is always less than 0, what is the reason of this? The reason is being variation is accepted up to the minimum 0 variation range. Okay, the variation range accepted positive side but negative side not accepted. So lower control side variation minimum to minimum is 0, but it less than 0 means negative value. So negative value not acceptable in variation range. So that's why for getting positive value D3 LCL is 0 due to D3, because in standard table D3 having 0 up to the sample size less than or equal to 6. For getting lower control limit always 0 due to D3, we select sample size only 5 for calculating the SPC. Okay, because in standard table as per the sample size 5, D3 is 0. So when you calculate D3 into my R bar, LCL will be always 0. Okay, UCL whatever, because as per the D4 value and R bar value, it will be always positive. Now, what is sample size? Sample size. What is sample? Not sample size, sample. A sample is a part to be checked for getting measurement observation, or it is a sub part of sample size. So sample is the part, measurement of part. What is sample size? This is not sample, this is a sample size. Sample size means how many part you checking in one time. What is subgroup size? Subgroup size is the number of data points that you plot on control chart. So subgroup size means suppose you have collected 100 part. Okay, then you divided these 100 part 5 5 5, sample size 5 up to the 20 time. So first subgroup is 5 sample, second subgroup 5 sample, third subgroup 5 sample up to the 20. 20 into 5, 100 sample. Okay, so one time you measure 5 sample, that is known as subgroup 1. Second time you will measure sample size 5, then this is the subgroup size 2. So subgroup size means the subgroup size is the definition is that when you plot the control chart in SPC, you will use the subgroup data point. Okay. Here sample size n equal to 5, subgroup size n equal to 20. Because for calculating SPC, you must have sample size, total sample is 100, sample size is 5 and subgroup size is 20. Here subgroup 1, serial number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Serial number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is the sample size 6.95, 6.94, 95, 6.94, 6.94. This is the sample size, and 1 is the subgroup. In second subgroup 6.95, 6.94, 94, 95, 94. In third subgroup, so this is the 1 to 10, 1 to 20 is the subgroup, and every subgroup there are 5 part every time. Okay, so these 5 part is known as sample size and 20 is the subgroup. So here X bar. So when you measure the first subgroup having sample size 5, you calculate the X bar up to the 20 time. So when you plot the control chart, you will plot control chart these X bar. Okay, up to the 20 reading, X bar reading. These are your final observation. When you plot the range chart, then this is the range. Okay, maximum minus minimum for first group, second group up to the 20. So select these range and draw the control chart. So this is the clear difference between subgroup and sample size. This is the standard table for selecting the value. D2 up to the sample size. First group, first row is the first column is the sample size, second column is the for D2. So as for sample size 5, D2 value is 2.326. So when you calculating the standard deviation R bar divided by D2, then you always put 2.326. A2 for control limit, X double bar plus A2 R bar. So for A2 up to the sample size 5, 0.577. Lower control limit D3 R bar. So for sample size D3 is 0. So always LCL for our range chart will be 0. Upper control limit for our range chart D4 R bar. So sample size 5, the D4 value is 2.11. So this value you always keep in mind. Okay, frequently asked in interview. What is the value of D2 for sample size 5? What is the value of A2 for sample size 5? D2, D3 इस तरीके से आपसे they will ask you. Okay, so always keep in mind. This is the difference between CP and CPK, PP and PPK. We will discuss in next class. So you today lecture you understood or not? Any doubt? Maheshwaran Mahesh Kumar.
Sir, here subgroup,
Hmm.
I have doubt in subgroup.
Hmm.
Here you have in this uh, PPT,
Hmm.
this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is subgroup, right?
No, 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 no. This is sample size.
Okay, 1 to 20 is subgroup.
Subgroup. Because each subgroup having sample size 5. Okay.
Okay, but total 100 samples.
Yeah, total under sampled. But every subgroup is 5. Subgroup is 20. 20 into 500.
Okay, but here number of samples we have mentioned 50. Is
This
it
is wrong.
wrong?
This is wrong. A clerical mistake.
Okay, fine.
Okay. Thank you.